What if today isn't just another day? What if July 13th carries an energy that only a few people can truly feel? An energy moving quietly beneath the surface of ordinary life, touching certain souls while the rest of the world simply keeps scrolling, keeps rushing, keeps sleeping through it. And what if the strange emotions you've been experiencing lately, the restlessness, the tears that come from nowhere, the sudden urge to walk away from something familiar, what if all of it is actually a sign that your life is about to enter a completely new chapter? Why are some people suddenly feeling different, as if they've woken up inside their own life for the first time in years? Why are old doors and relationships, jobs, habits, even friendships quietly closing one after another, almost as if some invisible hand is clearing the path? Why does everything feel like it's changing, even when nothing on the outside has moved at all? Stay with me, because in the next 20 minutes, you're going to discover the true meaning of the cosmic rebirth happening right now. You'll learn the signs that you are entering what we call a miracle timeline. You'll discover the 3 zodiac signs most connected to this rare energy, and by the end, you'll know exactly what to do next. If you're ready, take a breath. Let's begin. There is a moment right before a seed cracks open beneath the soil, when everything looks completely still. No movement, no sign of life, just silence and darkness. But underneath that silence, something enormous is happening. That is where many of you are standing right now. Some of you have felt it for weeks, a quiet ache in your chest that doesn't come from sadness, but from outgrowing something. Old versions of yourself are falling away. The version who stayed quiet when they should have spoken, the version who settled when they should have reached higher, the version who was simply afraid. Sometimes the universe becomes quiet before everything changes. Think of the ocean before a storm. The water grows still, the birds disappear. And then all at once the sky opens. That is the energy of a cosmic rebirth. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It arrives as a whisper, a subtle shift in how you feel when you wake up, a sense that something old is ending so that something new can finally begin. And if you've felt that whisper lately, you are not imagining it. You are being called towards something bigger than the life you've been living. Let's talk about the signs, because once you understand them, you'll start noticing them everywhere. Sign 1. You're suddenly ending old habits. Maybe you stopped reaching for your phone the second you woke up. Maybe you no longer crave the things that used to comfort you. This isn't willpower. This is your soul quietly shedding what no longer fits. But this is only the beginning. Sign 2. Certain people are disappearing from your life. Friendships fade. Conversations grow distant. People you once leaned on suddenly feel like strangers. This isn't loss, it's clearing. The universe removes what cannot walk with you into your next chapter, but this is only the beginning. Sign 3. You keep seeing meaningful coincidences, the same numbers, the same names, a song that plays at exactly the right moment. These are not accidents. They are gentle nudges, reminders that you are being guided even when you can't see the full path. But this is only the beginning. Sign 4. You feel emotional for no obvious reason. Tears in the car. A heaviness in your chest during an ordinary afternoon. This is release. Old emotion moving through you and out, making space for something lighter. But this is only the beginning. Sign 5. You feel pulled toward a new beginning, a new city, a new career, a new way of living. You can't explain it, but something inside you keeps whispering, go. But this is only the beginning, because the next part changes everything. Now let's talk about the 3 zodiac signs the cosmos seems to be speaking to most directly during this window of energy. Remember, this is spiritual reflection, a lens for self-discovery, not a fixed prediction. If your sign isn't named, the energy of rebirth is still available to you. The universe doesn't leave anyone behind. Let's begin the reveal. Sign number 1, Scorpio. Scorpio, this one is for you. You already know something about rebirth, don't you? It's written into the mythology of your sign, the ability to fall, to burn, and to rise again as something stronger than before. This July, that ancient pattern is activating in your life once more. And this time, it's not asking you to survive, it's asking you to transform. You may be feeling an emotional transformation unlike anything you've experienced in years. Old wounds are surfacing, not to hurt you again, but because they were never truly closed. They're rising now so they can finally, completely heal. There may be a memory you thought you'd buried, a person you thought you'd forgotten, a version of pain you thought you'd made peace with. It's returning one last time, gently asking to be released for good. Beneath that intensity, new opportunities are quietly forming. A door opening in your career. An unexpected message from someone you didn't expect to hear from. A shift in direction that seems to come out of nowhere but has actually been building for months beneath the surface. The way a river carves through stone slowly, invisibly, until suddenly the landscape has changed completely. And most importantly, this is a season of inner healing. The pain you've carried is not being sent to punish you. It's surfacing so you can finally set it down, so you can walk into what comes next without dragging the weight of what came before. But something even stranger is happening for the next sign. Sign number 2, Pisces. Pisces, the dreamer, the mystic, the one who has always felt more than words could explain, who has always sensed things long before they became visible to anyone else. This is your season of powerful changes. The kind that arrive quietly at first, almost like a tide coming in while you're not watching, and then all at once reshape everything. You may notice your intuition growing sharper, almost uncomfortably so. Dreams that feel real, that stay with you long after waking. Gut feelings you can't ignore. Whispers that arrive at exactly the right moment. Trust them. They are not confusion. They are clarity arriving in the only language your soul has ever truly spoken. Unexpected blessings are gathering around you, even if you can't see them yet. Sometimes the universe works behind the scenes before revealing its hand, quietly rearranging circumstances, aligning people, opening paths you didn't know existed. For you, Pisces, that hand is about to open, and what it reveals may arrive in a form you never expected, but will recognize instantly as exactly what you needed, because the next sign changes everything. Sign number 3, Capricorn. And finally, Capricorn, you have carried so much for so long. Responsibility, pressure, the invisible weight of always being the strong one, the one others lean on, but who rarely gets to lean on anyone themselves. This is your rebirth, not a soft, gentle shift, but a true turning point, the kind that arrives after years of quiet effort finally meeting its moment. Confidence is returning to you in a way it hasn't in years. Not borrowed confidence, not performance, something deeper, something earned. A new chapter is beginning, one where your effort is finally recognized, where the walls you've been pushing against for so long finally start to move slowly at first, and then all at once. This is the reward for everything you've endured in silence. You didn't give up when it would have been easier to, and that is exactly why this moment belongs to you. Before any rebirth can be complete, something must be released. Fear. The fear that if you change, you'll lose what's familiar, even if what's familiar has been hurting you. Fear convinces you that the known pain is safer than the unknown possibility. It whispers that at least you understand this version of your life, even if it's small, even if it's heavy. But familiarity was never the same thing as safety. The life waiting for you on the other side of that fear has never once asked you to be fearless, only willing. Doubt, the quiet voice that says you're not ready, not worthy, not enough. That voice is not the truth. It's simply the last echo of who you used to be, playing on repeat long after its time has passed. Doubt often arrives loudest right before a breakthrough, as if trying one final time to keep you where you've always been. You don't have to silence it completely. You only have to stop believing it's speaking on your behalf. Old wounds, The moments that shaped you, but no longer define you. You are allowed to carry the lesson without carrying the pain. So often we confuse remembering with reliving, as if letting go means forgetting what happened. It doesn't. It means the memory no longer has a hand around your throat. It becomes a chapter you survived, not a cage you still live inside. Negative thinking. The stories you tell yourself in the dark, the ones that convince you nothing will change, that this is simply how your life is destined to be. Watch closely. Those stories are already starting to lose their power over you. Notice how, lately, they don't land quite the way they used to. That's not an accident. That's proof the rebirth has already begun working on you from the inside out. The need to control everything. Some of the most beautiful chapters in life begin the moment we stop trying to force the outcome and simply trust the timing. Control gives the illusion of safety, but it also blocks the very things trying to reach you. The universe cannot hand you a miracle if both your hands are clenched around a plan that was never meant to be the whole story. Release is not weakness. Release is what makes room for the miracle that's already on its way to you. So how do you step fully into this cosmic rebirth? Here are 5 simple, powerful steps. 1. Spend time in silence. Even 10 quiet minutes a day lets you hear what your soul has been trying to tell you. Underneath the noise of notifications, obligations, and other people's expectations, we live in a world that rarely goes quiet, and so most of us have forgotten what our own inner voice even sounds like. Silence is not empty, it's actually full of answers you've been too busy to hear, full of clarity that's been waiting patiently for you to stop long enough to notice it. Try sitting somewhere without your phone, without music, without distraction. At first it may feel uncomfortable. Stay there anyway. That discomfort is simply the noise settling, and beneath it is the truth you've been searching for. 2. Write down your intentions. Put your desires into words. There is a quiet power in seeing your own truth on paper, in making something real that used to live only as a vague feeling in your chest. When you write, "I am ready for a new beginning," you are no longer just hoping, you are declaring. You are telling the universe, and more importantly yourself, exactly what you're aligning toward. Keep it simple. Keep it honest. The words don't need to be poetic, they only need to be true. 3. Let go of what no longer serves you. A habit, a relationship, a belief. Release it gently without guilt. Letting go is not betrayal, and it's not failure. It is simply honoring who you are becoming instead of who you used to be. Some things served you once and no longer do, and that's not a tragedy, that's growth. You don't need dramatic endings. Sometimes release looks like quietly stepping back and allowing distance to do what conversation cannot. 4. Trust your intuition. That quiet inner knowing is not random. It is guidance, arriving in a language older than logic. When something feels right before you can explain why, or wrong before you have proof, that is not irrational, that is your soul speaking faster than your mind can catch up. 5. Stay open to unexpected opportunities. Miracles rarely arrive exactly as we imagined them. They often come disguised as inconvenience, delay, or even disappointment, only revealing their true purpose later. Stay open, and you won't miss yours when it comes, even if it doesn't look the way you pictured it. This is how you align yourself with the energy that's already moving around you. Maybe this isn't the end of an old chapter. Maybe this is the beginning of the life you've been waiting for. And if you've been feeling different lately, if you've felt something shifting inside you, quietly, persistently, refusing to be ignored, perhaps your miracle timeline has already begun. If this message found you today, comment below, "I am ready for my rebirth," and subscribe to the Cosmic Eye for more spiritual journeys and cosmic insights. Until next time, trust the timing of your life.